Reese right here with Adore Her Beauty, back with another video. But before we get to this update, let's check out this recap. Okay, so we are back with the second follow-up session to our first session, and I'm starting off by cleansing her skin using a cleanser by Satin Smooth. It's for all skin types. It removes dirt, excess oil, and debris. It just helps prepare the skin to receive the wax. I also follow up with the gauze to dry the skin. Now, it may look like I'm being very aggressive, but I promise I am being gentle. And so I'm just kind of like, giving an examination of her skin, just kind of taking an assessment to seeing what I'm seeing what I'm going to avoid, seeing what I'm going to wax around. And so I begin with the tip of the chin. I always start at this side, on this side, and at the tip of the chin for the most part. And so already, this is her second session with me, her second meeting with me, and I already see a grand difference. Her skin was so inflamed. It was so agitated and aggravated. And so like today, it's much calmer. Even the hair hasn't grown back as much, as you can see from these strips. Now, I did do a little strip comparison. They're kind of the same, but it's a little decrease. It's a slight decrease. And so therefore, I am proud of that. Now, you're going to see moving forward, especially when I remove this little sideburn layer, it's not that much hair. But if you look really, really closely, you can see little tiny hairs. This is what is causing these ingrowns and inflammation. This is what making the follicles so inflamed. Look at those little bitty ones. Don't look at the main dark black ones. Look at the little yellow looking ones, those small ones. Her face is literally covered in hairs, like covered in hairs. And so there were a few hairs that were left behind here, and I'm just trying to maximize my strips without having to give her too many different layers because of the condition of her skin. So I decided to go in with the reverse lay technique and remove the hairs from here. Now, honestly, she winced a lot in the first session. She didn't wince as much. So I think this session was a little bit more comfortable for her. Her acne was tender to the touch. So I do a skincare treatment with her. It's not going to be in this video. I break the skincare and I break the waxing down into 2 separate videos. So just come back tomorrow to see the skincare portion of it. But her skin was very sensitive. I asked her, was it painful? She said just a little. So, I'm just trying to be very gentle and very careful when applying and removing these strips, and just being mindful of the acne. So this is her skin at the very first session. Look at the pigmentation. And this is her skin today. The pigmentation is very, very much lightened. And this is a side-by-side view of this area. And I am, again, so proud of the progress that we have so far. And so I'm just going in and tweezing these little tiny hairs. Like, there was no need to try to zoom in and show this close up because the hairs are so microscopic. Like, you will probably not be able to see them, but I can see them because I had that bird's eye view, and so I just wanted to make sure that they were removed. So now I'm going back again and doing another like downward cheek strip and removal, and I am kind of over the area where there was a little oozing, but I was avoiding that really big one because it was really tender to the touch. Again, look at those small tiny hairs, those little vellus like hairs. So we're on the other side now, and again, much progress. Yes, she does have some acne that has like bacteria, looks like. It's, you know, it's a little yellow, it's a little white pussy, and so I'm trying to be careful, you know, not to exacerbate this and make it spread even more, because that's a risk you run. But the thing is, okay, of course, if she didn't have hirsutism, we wouldn't be waxing this type of skin, or we wouldn't be waxing this skin in this type of condition, rather. But she does have hirsutism on top of whatever other condition that she has that is causing her acne, whether it's PCOS, whether it's hormonal imbalance, whether it's just acne skin. So whatever it causes, she has hirsutism in addition to that. And she can't, of course, tweeze. She can't shave. That really would exacerbate the acne. She can't thread. She can't do nair because the chemicals are way too strong. So the only other option that she would have besides waxing or sugaring is to do laser or electrolysis. And I'm not even sure with the condition of her skin now if they would be able to. So if you are watching and you are a laser tech or electrologist, then, you know, chime in below and let us know if you can work on this skin in this type of condition. But anyway, so this is another strip. The hairs are kind of thinning out, not too much. I think it's going to take a couple more sessions, but of course it is way thinner than when we first began. And I don't know if I mentioned, because, you know, it's late. I had a very eventful day, but I just want to say again, if I've said it before, I'll say it again. And if not, this is my first time saying it. I can't remember. Please. It's been a long day. But her skin was so inflamed at our first session. Like, it was so hot to the touch. And even the products that I put on her skin was literally cooking the products. Like, I use all cold everything, cold products, cold water. I didn't have no warmth anywhere, and her skin was literally warming up the products. So now she doesn't have that heat inflammation. She doesn't have that heat absorption in her skin. It's just kind of holding on and making everything all hot. And so I'm happy about that. So do she have inflammation still? Yes, it's mild compared to the first session, but she does have inflammation still going on. And also, you know, I kind of ask her a little bit more questions about her lifestyle and things like that. And she works in an environment that she is hot a lot and that she sweats a lot. And so the sweat is just kind of sitting on her skin for the duration of her shift. And so I advise her to bring some fragrance-free wipes with her to work and cleanse her face in between, you know, on her breaks, and then apply her moisturizer. And so I'm hoping that just making even that small adjustment, we will see even more improvement in her skin, you know, especially because I'm really trying to get a grip on the pus and the oozing and the bacteria buildup from the sweat and the dirt and things like that. But anyway, we've reached the end of this video, and now she has all her products applied, and I'm going to show you a clip of what it looked like from the last time, and that'll be it.